All right, lean in, check this out. Genesis chapter 3 is not just about Adam and Eve. It's actually about us. It's about every bad decision, every hidden habit, every moment you said, God, don't look over here. This chapter explains why we struggle, why we hide, and why Jesus had to come. Now, the serpent was more crafty. Notice this. The devil doesn't show up loud. He shows up slick. He doesn't say, disobey God. He says, did God really say? That's the first lie. Question God's word. If he can get you to doubt God's truth, he can get you to disobey God's voice. Now watch this. The serpent talks to Eve while she's near the tree. Some of us keep hanging around stuff God already told us to stay away from. And we're shocked when temptation starts talking. Eve knows God's command, but she adds to it. God didn't say don't touch. He said don't eat. And anytime we start adding or subtracting from God's word, confusion creeps in. Partial truth is dangerous truth. Here comes lie number 2. Sin won't cost you. The devil says God's holding out on you. If you eat this, you'll be like him. Let me say this plain. Every sin promises power, pleasure, or control, but never tells you the price tag. She saw, she desired, she took, she ate, she gave. That's the cycle of sin. And Adam, who was right there, said nothing. Silence is participation. Their eyes were open. Here it is. Sin didn't make them gods. It made them ashamed. Before sin, naked and unashamed. After sin, exposed and afraid. They covered themselves with fig leaves, humanity's first religion, trying to fix spiritual problems with human solutions. Fig leaves don't heal shame, they just hide it. God comes walking. This is powerful. God comes looking for them, not to destroy them, but to restore them. And he asks, where are you? Not because he doesn't know, but because they don't know anymore. Adam says, I hid because I was afraid. Sin didn't just break rules, it broke the relationship. Then we played the blame game. Adam blames Eve, Eve blames the serpent. Sin makes us dodge responsibility. Nobody says I messed up. That's shame talking. The consequences, God addresses everyone involved. The serpent is cursed, the woman feels pain, the man struggles to work. Grace doesn't erase consequences. God forgives, but stars still tell the stories. But this is the first promise of Jesus. Right in the middle of the judgment, hope shows up. He shall bruise your head. That's the first prophecy of Christ. The devil thought he won in Genesis 3, but God already had Calvary planned. God removes the fig leaves and clothes them with skins, meaning something had to die to cover their shame. Blood was shed. This points straight to Jesus. You can't cover sin yourself, only God can. Let's pause. Let this sink in. Most of us aren't hiding because God rejected us. We're hiding because we're ashamed. God isn't saying, get it together before you come back. He's saying, come back so I can heal you. Shame says, hide. Grace says, come here. We get expelled from the garden. We're removed not out of cruelty, but protection. If they ate from the tree of life in the fallen state, they'd be broken forever. God closes the garden so one day he can open the tomb. Why we lie, why we hide, why we try, and why we need Jesus. The cost of shame is distance from God, but the gift of grace is God coming after you anyway. Stop hiding. God already knows, and he still showed up. Where are you? The question is still echoing today. And if you answer this honestly, you'll find out God never stopped loving you.